So we're going to use a ball to start with. We're going to do some shoulder moves today because Jude has sent me her gave me her shoulder moves and stuff. So I've used the stuff that you gave me, Jude, to plan today. So you could keep this video because then you could perhaps play it. So gonna roll the ball on your shoulders. So any kind of ball that you've got, you could start with just doing it like this. So a tennis ball. So it's really nice to get around the shoulder joint. This hole here we're going to work on. So your armpit today, we're going to use that as well later on. Really interesting. So yeah, go around the front really gently. And then maybe down the front of the arm, just loosen it all up before we move it. So you can buy these. Did you manage to get a ball then, or a tennis ball? Yeah, cool. So I'm going to go round the back, but I'm actually going to do it on this wall here. So just put your body against the wall, and then find the sort of fleshy gap in between your shoulder and your shoulder joint, in between your shoulder blade and your shoulder joint. You can find it. It's just a sort of, there's like a hole here of like flesh and stuff. Roll that bit, and it will be quite sore probably. And the reason for that is because we're all shoulders round the front all the time. So it will be stretching all the time. It won't be in its position where it's naturally meant to be. Oh, I practice this on Sundays to my shoulders. So you'll probably feel quite a lot of, not pain, but it will feel uncomfortable tomorrow. Just roll. Maybe roll your arm. Maybe now go underneath, sort of here as well, down the back here. But raise up your hand. Oh, raise up your hand. So, over your ribs a bit. Be really careful. It's not easy. Oh. And then get round your shoulder blade. So go in towards the spine. Use your legs. And let's switch to the other side. So let's do the front. So you could also do this on the floor if you want, but it's pretty tough to do it on the floor because all of your weight will be on it. So at our gentle age, you don't want to be lying on the floor on this ball. So get in that gap there. This bit gets tight because we're going like that loads, and if you put your fingers in, you can feel that this bit contracts when we're like this. And we do spend a lot of our time driving, working, foot forward. So you want to roll your shoulder, do what you need to do to feel okay. And then let's go around the back on the wall. A little bit of wall here. So find that gap in between your shoulder joint and going round the back. And you can either use your body up and down, or you could actually use your shoulder. So take your pick. If you've got bad knees, you might not be wanting to go up and down like that. And then I'm going to go more into the spine, so over the top of the shoulder blades and more in towards the spine without losing the ball. And then see if we can come down, get just at the bottom of the neck if you want. Lift up your arm. Next on the list. And then just go down the spine. So when you go down the spine, go down the one side. Don't go over the middle. It won't feel nice. Nice. Now I'm going to switch over gently and go down the other side. Oh, that's nice. I'm just going to go now just to the gap in between your ribs and your pelvis. Here is like a squishy gap, and go like round the back and round the side. Because believe it or not, some of this part of you is connected to your shoulders as well. Some of your waist. And go on the other side, so the gap between your pelvis and your ribs. Feel a bit more if you can move. Right. Shoulder smash. So right, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is if you've got a chair, that's good, or if you've got a sofa, we're just going to come onto the floor and we're going to put our elbows on the sofa and put our hands in prayer. And if you just look at my back, try not to be like this, rounded. See if you can pull your hips so that you let go of your tummy and your tailbone comes up. And put your palms together, and we're going to sort of inch ourselves back so we can put our head through very gently. There's no need to pull loads on your shoulders. Just find a stretch in the shoulder joint, and in your head be thinking about rotating the shoulder joint out and back and down. So you don't want them to be you don't want your shoulder joint to be reaching out away from your back. You want it to be nice and tight in there. And then put your hands together. If this is too much for you, you can just put your elbows out and your hands down and just put your head in. And then come to your back. Look, I'm arching over, so I'm going to release my lower back down. You don't want to be tight like this, or your shoulders are going to be tight. You want to release your tummy to give yourself a shaky wobble shake, and then drive your hands through your head. And then if you can get your head like mine is, see if you can slide your shoulders back down to your waist. Very nice. Stretch and have your palms on the sofa or your palms in the prayer. However you want it, really. Just have a little stretch. Right. Rotate your shoulders. I'm going to come up to standing. Rotate your shoulders back and down. Use your elbows. Have your arms straight, palms facing in towards each other. Okay, and then forwards. So maybe close your eyes and just think about, oh, how far back can I take my shoulders without my ribs? So if you look at me from the side, try not to use your ribs in everyday life for a move that could just be done with your shoulders. When you're driving the car, try to slide your shoulders back. Slide them back, open up the chest. Just do a side stretch while here. So feet straight on the floor, and then let's just, don't push your hip out to the side. Stay straight and just create a gap here. And then bring your weight back onto both feet and take your arm over the top. If you want to. If this is too much, you can just leave your arm there. And then this shoulder at the front, see if you can slide it back. So use that joint. We're waking it up a bit. We're reminding ourselves that it does move. And then let's do the other side. So create a gap between the ribs and the pelvis. Bring your weight into the middle, and then if you want to, bring your arm over the top. And once you're comfortable there, so you've got to press into your feet to stay strong, and then you could slide the shoulder back. Okay, right. Grab a book or something, or a block to hold on your hand, or a weight if you want to, and just go for a swig of tea. So just going to do some gentle moves with the shoulders. We've done a lot of these before. So place your hand on the block. Place the block on your hand. And then we're just going to think about taking the shoulder behind us. Very gentle move, but we're, at the same time, you want to keep everything facing the front. So you want to be using the back of the shoulder. So you can use anything in your hand just to keep it flat, a book or your phone or something. So try not to. So the first few, perhaps you are doing a bit of this, which is fine. Maybe do those, and then we'll get rid of the ribs. And then take, I want you to use, so maybe close your eye and use the back of the shoulder to draw the arm back behind you. So in life, we generally don't take our arm behind us very, very often. And the arms are very connected to your core muscles. So if you think you've got a weak core, it could be to do with the fact that you don't use your arms in as many directions as they're meant to move, which we all don't. So then try and find a few different places. So you find the easiest place here, but then see if you can take it up. When you've had enough, swap side. Oh, I've got a bit of a clunk in this shoulder. Rotate it, and then maybe bring it up. Okay, we're going to take it out to the side, keeping the ribs down and here, and then we're going to take it across the body, out to the side and back behind us. So think about your elbow driving back behind you, whilst you keep the rest of the body facing the front. Weight back on your feet, so you don't want any weight on your toes, and across. Ooh. So go really slowly and very gently. Be kind. If you've got a bad shoulder, take it easy. Find out where your range of movement needs some work, and let's exercise that shoulder. Maybe you'd like to draw a big circle. Ooh, let's go to the other side. Right, other side. Ribs down, and maybe let's do the full rotation. So we often use the ribs on their own to move the arm. This exercise kind of gets you to think about how you might be able to use your arms more in life, generally, when you pass things. When you're reversing, take your arm back first, and then twist your body perhaps. Right, let's just work on the arm now. Oh, so you might find, like me, that one side is weaker than the other. So we're really tempted to ramp up the ribs. Try to keep them down and use the shoulder. Close your eyes and draw your attention to the back of the shoulder. Keep those ribs down. Keep the tummy relaxed. Breathe into the ribs and then find a different place. It's hard. You don't really want to. If you ever get the chance to have a bar in your house that you can hang from, the hanging bar things, they're really good for your shoulders as well. I think you can buy them for the door frame as well. Just go across the top of the door. Really good for shoulders. When I get the dog food out of the fridge, we've got one, and I try to hang on it. Oh, and then let's draw a circle, maybe. Try and let your shoulder do the work. Let's go the other way. And then let's go across the body. So when you go across, I forgot to say this on the other, try to keep the shoulder down. So it's very tempting to go like that. You really want, so don't go like that. Try and keep the shoulder down. You might feel a nice stretch in your neck, and then take the arm behind you and across. You definitely drop this weight if it's too much. Ooh. Okay, holding the weight still, let's just do a forward fold. Or if you've got a chair, you can just put your hands on the chair, fold forward, round the back, however you want to. Oh, let your neck hang and your head hang. Relax the shoulders, let them hang. Maybe let them wobble around, hang loose. Push your bottom back, have two straight legs. Try and rotate the thighs outwards. And keep the feet flat on the floor. Keep that contact with your big toe and the big toe joint. Relax your head. Maybe twist one way and look one way and then the other way. Ooh. Okay, let's come back up. What's next on the list? Lift the bottom and contract the shoulder. Okay, so we're just going to do a simple few of these. So just going to, I'm in the loft, so there's not a lot of room here. So we're just going to lift the block above our head, and then we're going to bring our shoulder down. We're just going to repeat that. So going to lift, have the hand flat and the wrist bent if you want to. So you're going to lift the arm up without the ribs, and then we're going to draw the shoulder down. Do it again. Lift the shoulder, lift the arm, holding the block, and then draw the shoulder down. Try and maybe keep your other hand. And then lift, draw the shoulder down. Do it from the side. Lift the arm, draw the shoulder down. It's hard work. Lift the arm, draw the shoulder down. Oh, let's do a few more. Lift the arm, draw the shoulder down. Lift the arm, draw the shoulder down. Lift the arm, draw the shoulder down. You can feel it all working. Let's swap sides. Okay, so lift, draw the shoulder down. So you're using all these muscles here to pull down the arm. So lift up the arm, draw the shoulder down. Watch those ribs. Lift the arm up above you, draw the shoulder down. Lift the arm above you, draw the shoulder down. Lift the arm above you, draw the shoulder down. Okay, find a different position. Maybe take your arm behind you. We'll go back to the other side. Reach behind you, draw the shoulder down. You might not feel as if you're moving much. Reach behind you, draw the shoulder down. Reach behind you, draw the shoulder down. So contract the muscles in the shoulder joint. Oh, one more. Ready? Lift. Take your arm behind you, maybe. Watch those ribs. Draw the shoulder down. All right. Right, next exercise is yours, Jude. So if we get it wrong, please say. So this is on Jude's list. Bending your wrist, so you can put something, so bend your wrist, spread your fingers out, have this arm horizontal, and then bring your arm in with the bent wrist. Ooh, and out. Tell me if it's wrong, Jude. Or did you even listen when it's hard to follow that sheet. The way they've described the moves is hard. So think about this while you're doing it. So you spread your fingers out and see if you can twist. So think about your thumb and see if you can twist your arm round so that your hand is flat, and then bend your wrist. Bring the elbow up and then bend the arm in with a bent wrist. So stretch the fingers out. And I think back with bent wrist. And I think the other one is going back with a bent wrist as well. So just, maybe it's that way. Yeah, I think it's that way. So same thing, use your shoulder, bend your wrist, reach back with the fingertips. Bend your wrist, reach back, take your elbow right behind you. So go between here, keeping this flat, so don't be doing it there basically, if you can help it. Bend your wrist, stretch your fingers, rotate this hand, bend it. Oh, it's giving my fingers a really good stretch. And then back behind you. So go between, and then find a different spot maybe. Back behind you with a bent wrist. Spread your fingers out. Ooh. Let's go to the other side. So drop the block down. So arm up. So this bit at the beginning is hard to do because you've not got much flexibility in this hand to twist around. But think about your thumb driving it round to make the palm flatten. See how that impacts your shoulder now. You're going to have to reset your shoulder down. Take it down. Don't use your ribs. Bend your wrist as much as you can. And then bring the hand in. So be spreading the fingers the whole time. And be driving that thumb. Which way is it? Clockwise. Few of those. And drive the thumb. And like try and take the elbow back as well and drop the shoulder. Oh, limbering up that shoulder. And then, so palms facing me. Watch the shoulder, drop it down, bend the wrist. Take the arm behind you. Bend the wrist, take the arm behind you. Bend the wrist, Okay, shake the shoulders out. Now you're gonna if you've got a calf stretcher like this, we're gonna use this, or if you've got a book or a block or something, you use that. Just gonna take our arms behind us. So same thing, to reach behind you, don't use your ribs. Keep your ribs down, stack your head back on your shoulders. And all we're going to do, very simply, is push our palms together. So draw your shoulders down and push the palms together. Maybe if you'd like to, you could lift away from your bum. But you might not be able, but all the time you want to be squeezing your hands together. You might not have the mobility to do this, lift it up. So I want you to squeeze your hands together, drop your shoulders down, and then grip whatever you're holding and pull them apart. And push together and pull apart. And push together, drop your shoulders down and pull apart. So when I say drop the shoulders down, so try not to have them up by your ears. Pull the finger apart and push together. Pull the finger apart. Use your shoulders. So when you pull apart, see if you can draw your shoulders back behind you without the jut of the head going forward. So, pull apart, push together. Pull apart. Okay, I'm going to do another one with the block. So just going to hold this here. You can use a weight if you want to. And we're just going to slide out to the side and across the body. So keep the ribs down, slide out to the side. Keep the elbow tucked in. So when you come out to the side, make sure, you can't see with this black top on, but if I hold make sure this elbow pushes forward. So you could go out to the side and your elbow kind of stays there. What you really want to do is rotate the shoulder and to gently move the elbow forward. So it's more of a twist in your shoulder. The elbow reaches to its maximum point forward. And you'll feel it more in your arm then. So out to the side, as if you're reaching forward. See, as if you're kind of going with your elbow forward, but you keep it tucked in. And maybe come across the body. Harder if you, slightly harder if you add a weight. Yeah. Keep your ribs down. Okay, two more. So really think about what's going on in that shoulder joint. Draw your attention to the shoulder. Keep your elbow tucked. Oh, hold it out to the side. What's your maximum range there? Can you gently push this elbow forward, forward, forward? Can you spread your fingers? Can you draw your shoulder down? Let's go to the other side. Maybe not the best top to wear. So here, tuck the elbow in, across the body, out to the side. Keep your shoulder down. Oh, bit of clicking here. So when I get to this point here, I'm kind of scooping this elbow forward, drawing the shoulder down. Right, the next moves that we're just going to do require you to hook the strap up to the doorknob if you've got one, or I'll show you how to do it if you haven't got a doorknob nearby. So hold it out to the side. We're just going to stretch our hands. Have a quick glug of tea. Right, so I'm just going to come onto the floor. I'm just going to stretch our hands. This is another one that's in Jude's book. So put the top of your hand on the floor to your knuckles, and then see if you can straighten up your arm and your wrist. So you don't want to be bent like that. You want to be very slight move. You want to be straight. So the top of your hand, top of your wrist, and your arm, and your elbow pit's coming round to the front. And then see if you can widen your fingers. When you've got that sort of bend in your hand, we normally stretch the top of the hand like that, and we will, but we're just going to go for that first bend, the knuckle bend. And you probably won't be able to get the bend with your fingers apart, but then once you're in it, see if you can bring your fingers apart a bit, especially your pointing finger. And then go to all of the hands. So see if you can get the wrist close to the floor, and then see if you can straighten the arm. Be very gentle on your wrist. See if you can splay out the fingers. See if you can bring the elbow pit, the bend in your elbow, to the front, facing forward. For some people, this move is really difficult. For some of us, we've been doing it for a while now, but it takes, for some people, you can do it on both arms if you want, and we sometimes do that, bringing the elbow pit down round to the front. Look where my shoulders are, up by my ears. So see if you can bring your shoulders, move your arms so that your shoulders are back where they're meant to be. And then do the other hand. So do the whole hand, spread the fingers, so put the wrist, the top of the wrist on the floor, and then rotate the elbow pit right the way around to the front if you can. You might not be able to. If you can't, just move wherever you can. When we first did this, none of us could move our elbows. It's a really hard move to do. And then let's go to Jude's stretch, which is knuckles on the floor, straighten up the wrists, have a lovely stretch there. So you might not be able to feel much of a stretch, so go from the outside, the baby finger, to the pointy finger, knuckle. But then if you want to try, you could open up your fingers. And then make sure, oh, that's interesting. Make sure that your top of your hand and your wrist and your arm are all in line. All right, that'll do for that. Right, now we're going to hook up. We're going to do that same move. We're going to hook ourselves up to the door. So get your strap. So if you, I'll show you. Show you how to do it when you strap yourself up. So same move that we're going to do. Just tuck your elbow in and just going to create a bit of tension. So you know we went like that out to the side. You're going to do it holding the strap. So, oh, this is the problem. I've got a proper thing that you can put in the door, but I can't find it. So just pull out the side. So if you can't hook yourself up, just do it like this. So hold. So one arm is moving, put your ribs down. Keep this one still, palm facing up for this hand, and just create a bit of tension. So it looks like nothing, but actually use your shoulder, or you can do it against the door. Whatever is more accessible to you. Oh, so we're going outwards with the arm. Out. Let's do 5. 1. Use the shoulder. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, let's go to the other side. So tuck your elbow in. 1. Actually, we'll do a few warm-ups first. Get the movement right. Oh, you might find that one side is harder than the other. Oh, yeah, this side I can't even get my shoulder to contract. All right, let's try and do 5. Ready? 1. Just keep a bit of tension. 2. Keep your elbow fixed and your hand is going out past your elbow. 3. 4. 5. Now I'm going to reverse it. So we want to take our arm out to the side and pull it in. So see if you can work it out. Pull it in. So it's hard to do if you don't have a door now. So we'll just do a couple for those of you who don't have access to a door. Oh, so ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and one more before I get pinged. 5, and then go the other way. Elbow tucked. Just do 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that'll do. Just take the strap. Right, we're going to go on to some core stuff now. We're just going to take the strap and do this because it's quite nice. So, thread the strap or hold it, however, what kind of strap you've got. Put it behind you. Put your palms together. Same thing. We're just going to pull apart and lift up. Do a few of those. Try not to jut your head out. Keep your ribs down. Use your shoulders. And then when you're up at the up point, see if you can fold forward. Take it easy. You don't have to. Ooh. It doesn't matter where you get to. Bring your weight back so that you can lift your toes off the floor. Maybe swing one way with your hands and swing the other way with your hands. Swing one way, swing the other way. Right, the shoulders should have had the best workout they've had for ages. Right, now we're going to get on to all 4s. Right, we're just going to do a bit more. So take your hands slightly wider than your knees. Make sure your hips and your knees are aligned downwards. So we want to make sure that your hips and your knees are in a line like this. So we're not out here like this and we're not together like that. Definitely not together. So you want this going on. And then your hands out. And we're just going to have, so before, we're just going to let go of our tummy. So let your tailbone come up. And have 2 straight arms and see if you can bring your elbow pits to the front. And then we're going to drop the spine in between the shoulder blades. We're going to let the head hang. And then we're going to push into the hands and bring the spine up between the shoulder blades, so they're sort of on the same plane, and then we're going to drop the spine between the two and then push up. It's quite a hard move to do, Lynn, so just have a go. Just think about the shoulder blades pushing outwards and then coming in together, as if they sort of wrap around the spine and squeeze. And then once you've got the move, see if you can bring it down towards the waist and use all the muscles in the upper back. So for lots of us, this is a really difficult move, and it requires lots of engagement of the brain into the muscles. You have to think through what are you doing. Lots of people are unable to do this as well because we use the ability to slide those shoulder blades together as we get older. Oh, okay. Let's just sit back and stretch forward. Oh. Stretch your fingers out. Maybe rock from side to side, push into one knee, push into the other knee. You can have your arms out front, but if your shoulders have totally had enough, you can just drop your hands down by your feet. If you can't sit back, you can put something under your legs, like a bolster or a piece of the sofa if it's hard to sit because of your knees. And then let's just stretch to one side, so both hands over to the right. Ooh, that's nice. If you go to the right, keep the left arm straight and spread the fingers away from each other. Ooh, and then bring the left bum cheek down towards the floor. Really nice. And then let's go to the other side. The right bum cheek down towards the floor. Right arm straight, stretching away from you. Spread the fingers. Drop the head. Have a lovely stretch on the side. While we're here, we're just going to weave. So come back to the middle, and then just going to weave one hand through. So see if you can. So take your left hand and weave it in between your right knee and your right hand, and just have a little shoulder outside of the shoulder stretch. You don't need to have this hand out front so you can support yourself. Just drive the shoulder, bring it down towards your waist, and then use your upper body weight to stretch out the shoulder. Let's go to the other side. It's a really nice stretch. And then other side, so weave the right hand between the left knee and the left hand, and then you might have your shoulder up by your ear. See if you can draw it down. Draw the shoulder down towards the waist, and you'll feel an absolutely lovely stretch, and sort of keep your shoulder edging towards the floor. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Spread your fingers out. Oh, I like that one. Right. Let's do a bit of core now. So we're going to just stay on all fours. Hope you're still all right on all fours. Spread your fingers out. Have your hands slightly wider than your knees. And then, so I say that, but what we're going to do is we're just going to lift the back knee off the floor. So straight up off the floor. And you should be able to feel your core come on. So try and get the right position. Relax your tummy and then pick up your ribs off the floor. Now, the wider that your legs are, if you were to put your knees together like this and then lift up one knee straight up from the floor, it's quite an easy move. But if you take your knees further apart, it becomes a more of a core exercise and you'll feel it. So just compare the two. Put your knees together, let go of your tummy, tailbone up, and then lift up one knee from the floor, and then maybe lift the other knee from the floor, as if you're a baby about to crawl. And don't have all your weight back as well. Share it out between your hands and your knees. And then if you slowly edge your knees out, so you're just lifting. Imagine there's a piece of string at the back of your hip. You're just lifting up your hip, lifting up your hip. And then the wider you take your knees, obviously the torque that your body is experiencing becomes greater, so it gets harder. So just feel how your tummy works to lift up your back end, one knee at a time. And then if you want to, you could lift. So I'm going to lift my left knee, and then I'm going to lift my, so use your shoulder, lift my right hand, my shoulder up off the floor. This left arm is going to stay straight. I'm just going to hold myself. We go by. I'm just going to hold my right hand up off the floor and my left knee. And just think about it. If you push on your right knee, what happens to your core muscles? And let's go to the other side. So right knee off the floor, left arm off the floor. What happens when you come forward on your weight or back on your weight? So crawling is the way that babies build their strength, but we can also use crawling to grow our core strength too. So this time we're going to lift the left knee off the floor, lift the right shoulder off the floor, and we're going to reach out away from us. So you've got to do the lift first and then the reach. Try not to let yourself look like this with your bum out to the side. Try to keep the knee and the hip aligned. And if you wanted to, you could take it out to the side and back into the center and then down. Let's swap sides. So try not to swing your bum outwards. So lift up your right knee, lift up your left shoulder, reach them away from each other. If that's enough for you, stop there. If you want to, you could take your leg and your arm out to the side, create more torque. Not easy. Great core exercise. Try not to tuck your bottom under to keep your strength up. Use the front fork and the bottom of the ribs, draw them together. Right, let's do another one. So lift up your left knee from the floor and take your leg out to the side with a bent leg, and then see if you can take your left arm out to the side. Push into the knee on the floor. Oh, I'm shaking. Swap sides. So lift left knee off the floor, leg out to the side. So use your bum cheek, and then right hand off the floor. One more time on each side. So right knee up, lift it away from the floor. Take the knee out to the side, and if you're a dog, you're going to cock its leg, and then lift your left shoulder back and up away from the floor, and take your left arm out to the side. Oh my God, this is hard. Okay, let's go to the other side. So left knee off the floor. Try not to jut your booty out to the side, and then right shoulder lift, right arm out to the side, left knee out to the side. as if you're going to cock your leg. Oh, I'm shaking loads. Okay, right. Let's oh, just coming back to something. So if you can sit on the floor or stand up, I just wanted to show you as well how you can contract these muscles under the arm. So you know you've got your pit right here. See if you can take your arm up and see if you can contract. So you won't see me do anything, but imagine that you're contracting the muscle right in your armpit. So you're kind of scrunching everything on this side and relaxing, scrunching it up, relaxing. I suppose, imagine somebody's coming to pinch your nipple. You would kind of flinch back. That's the kind of contraction under your armpit that you want. So try and do it a few times. Like we don't really contract these muscles under our arm. You can feel it too. So think about drawing the shoulder back and down and moving your nipple slightly back. Let's go to the other side. So arm up in the air. It's hard to do the first view. So, oh yeah, that's it. Try and use these muscles around the side, but mainly the one underneath here. That's it. Got to find it. Try and keep your ribs still. Move your nipples slightly back. Right, I'm gonna do. Oh, it's 5 to. Do you want to stay for 5 minutes, or have you got to go? I'll carry on. I'm going to do some calf stretches, just for your lower back, and then I'll finish. So I'll carry on. But if you need to go, just go. And I'll email you the I'll text you the link. So let's just do some calf stretching for Jude on her walk around Brown Hills. put your ball of your foot on the calf stretcher, heel down. See if you can relax the knee. So if you don't have a calf stretcher, roll up a towel. Use something else. If you've got a hand weight, that is just as good. You can just put your ball of your foot on the hand weight. Okay, try to have your hip and your knee and your ankle all in a line. So don't have your hip forward and don't have your hip back. A bit straight up and down. See if you can, see if you can bend your knee over your toes, a little tiny bend. And then let's swap sides. So ball of the foot on whatever you've got. Weight in the middle. So you don't want to be leaning on the side. You want to be in the centre. Nice little calf stretch. Ooh, and see if you can bend your knee. I've walked quite far this weekend, so this bending of my knee over my toes is really hard, really tight. So make sure your knees come straight over your toes and it doesn't fall inwards. And then let's do a double calf stretch. So you might want to come over to a chair or something. 2 balls of the feet on the calf stretcher, and then I'm going to hinge myself. So think about your tailbone sticking up and this arch in your back. Ooh, relax your knees, rotate your thighs outwards. So if you don't have a calf stretcher, you can just put your feet flat on the floor. It won't matter for the. If you haven't done, this is for Lynn. If you haven't got a calf stretcher and you haven't done this kind of stretching, it won't matter because you'll still get a nice stretch down the back of your legs. This just makes it more intense. And so I'm sliding from side to side. That's nice too. And then maybe push your bottom back a bit more. Hold on to the chair. Push your bottom back. Spread your toes. Have that connection with your big toe joint and the calf stretcher. Rotate your thighs out. Bring your tailbone up. At the bottom of your spine, see if you can reach it upwards. That's tight for me. And then my knees are on, so see if you can de-clench your knees. Maybe you could go back between tucking your pelvis under, so bringing your front fork under and forward, and then taking your front fork behind you. That releases off your back as well. If you want to, you could hang forward, stretch out the whole of your back. And maybe bend one knee if you wanted to, and come further. Blimey. Blimey. I love the top. Let me see what else I was going to do so I haven't missed out too much. Oh yeah, I was going to do a bit of this. So keep your feet on the floor. Just a bit of thinking about ribs sliding. So keep your hips still. Slide your ribs. So imagine you've got a knife through your centre and you're fixed here. And you're sliding your ribs side to side to side to side. Or you can think about fencing. So keep this still, sliding your hips. It's very nice. And then the same for the top. Fix this bit, slide the bottom bit. Really nice for your core. This is. And try and drop your shoulders. And let your hip. So think about the point here. Pushing it out. Pushing it out. Pushing it out. Push. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Keep your toes in contact with the floor. And then see if you can do it forward and back now as well. So push your ribs forward, bring them back. Push your ribs out forward. So think of the bottom of the ribs pushing out forward. Pushing out forward, bring it back. If you find that your bum's going, put it against the wall. And then come right the way back. And forward, back, forward. Yeah, forward, back. Yeah, it's better on the wall. Push forward, bring back, drop your shoulders. Forward and back, and maybe do a side, side, come to the centre. Forward, side, side, come to the centre. Forward, slide, slide, come to the centre. Forward, back, and back. Roll your shoulders round. What else was I going to do? Is there anything? Oh, let's do a twist. So just twist yourself around. So keep your hips fixed here. Twist your top half round and reach. So take your arms where it's hard. It's hard for me there. I'm pushing this hip forward. I'm twisting around my upper body. Same thing on the other side. Ooh, so I'm going to the left, pushing my left hip forward, getting a nice twist. Try not to reach up and back. Keep your ribs down and twist them around. Oh, take your arms up. What? Oh, let's just finish with lying on the floor. Okay, so, yeah. Arms out to the side, palms facing up. Bring your knees in. Try not to push your lower back into the floor. So ribs down, but keep this arch in your back. And then, drop your knees from side to side. Use your elbows to support you if this is pretty tough going. Ooh. When you get to try and keep your shoulders on the floor and think about rolling over the back of the pelvis. Really nice. Really nice way to release off the lower back too. Maybe bring in some breathing, feel your ribs. And then maybe hold one knee in and stretch out your leg. Flex both feet. And then swap sides, hold your knee in, stretch out the leg. Hold the other knee in, stretch out the leg. Hold the knee in, the other knee, stretch out the leg. Take your knees wide. Stretch those inner legs. And then we'll take our knees to one side and just hold it there for a moment. So I've taken my knees to the left. My right hand, stretch it out away from you, and all your fingers, give your, just above your boob, around your shoulder, give it a bit of a massage. Get it all moving. Stretch your fingers. Let's go to the other side. So drop your knees to the other side. Oh, got no space. Drop your knees to the other side. Stretch your fingers out. Try and draw your shoulder down towards the floor. Massage your boob, just above your boob, under your armpit. Release quite release. Pull towards. It's quite nice to get in the armpit. I don't know about you, but if I press my fingers in there, it's quite sore. All right, I'm going to switch off the video.